You know the feeling. It's 6 a.m., the alarm goes off. You have a massive workout scheduled or a huge presentation to finish, but your body feels like lead. Your brain is in a fog, you're dragging. You reach for the coffee, you reach for the pre workout, you try to force yourself awake. Now flip the script. It's 10 p.m., you're exhausted. You've been grinding all day, you lay down to sleep, and your brain decides to run a marathon. You're tired but wired. Your body's exhausted, but your nervous system is vibrating. Most people live their entire lives stuck in the wrong gear at the wrong time. They're sleepy when they need to be sharp. They're wired when they need to rest. Welcome back to the Stress Advantage, powered by Breathe to Thrive. I'm Shay Patel. So we've built the foundation. We know that stress is energy. We know the hardware, sympathetic versus parasympathetic. We know the fuel, carbon dioxide. Today, I'm handing you the keys to the gearbox. I'm going to give you the specific breathing protocols to shift your state on command. We're going to learn how to ramp up energy without caffeine and how to shut down anxiety without wine. Get ready to breathe. Before we get into the drills, we have to clear up a massive confusion. In the last episode, I told you that hyperventilation is bad. I told you that overbreathing kills your focus and creates anxiety. Today, I'm going to teach you how to upper regulate. Wait, what? Am I contradicting myself? No. The difference is between anxiety and arousal. The difference itself is intent. Chronic low-grade hyperventilation, mouth breathing all day, is a leak in your system. It drains your battery. But acute cyclic upper regulation, doing it on purpose for a short burst, is a turbocharger. Think of it like lifting weights. If you carried a 50-pound backpack around all day, every day, you would destroy your spine. That's chronic stress. But if you go to the gym and lift 300 pounds for 10 reps and then put it down, that makes you stronger. That is a stimulus. Today, we're learning two types of gears. Upper regulation, controlled stress to wake you up. Down regulation, controlled recovery to calm you down. So let's start with upper regulation. You're groggy, you're unmotivated, you need to hit a PR or walk into a boardroom and own the room. You need sympathetic activation. You need adrenaline. What are you going to use to do that? We're going to use a technique that I call upper regulation. We're going to intentionally dump CO2 very quickly. This constricts the blood vessels in the brain slightly, which triggers an alert signal and signals the adrenal glands to release epinephrine. It is a shot of espresso to the nervous system. The protocol: deep rhythmic inhales through the nose or mouth. Passive letting go exhales. No pausing, just pump the air in, out, in, out. We do this for 30 seconds. You may have seen this in such protocols created by Wim Hof or Tumo. These are all fantastic protocols created for multiple reasons. And remember, as different organisms, we react differently to different protocols. So this is one of many protocols that are out there. This is one that I specifically like and enjoy, and I find that a lot of athletes respond to it quickly. So what are we going to do? We're going to breathe for 30 breaths, and on the last breath, exhale and hold for 15 seconds. Then a big inhale and hold for another 15 seconds. Warning: do not do this in water or while driving. You might get lightheaded. Therefore, save these exercises for later. The reason why we get lightheaded is because the vasoconstriction starts to kick in. Now, let's do a mini round together right now. Just 10 breaths. Sit up tall. I want you to breathe deep into the belly, then into the chest. Ready? In, out, in, out. Keep the rhythm like a wave. In, out, in, out. You might feel tingling in the fingers. That's good. In, out, in, out. 5 more. In, out, in, out, in, out. Last one. Big inhale, fill the lungs, and let go. Notice how you feel. Your eyes are probably wider, your skin might feel tingly, you feel awake. That is adrenaline. You just manually turned on the ignition. Use this before a cold shower, before a heavy set of squats, at 2 p.m. when you're about to crash. Do 3 rounds of 30 breaths, and you won't need the coffee. Let's talk about down regulation, or as some people call it, cadence breathing. You just finished the workout, or you just finished a stressful argument, your heart is racing. If you stay in that state, you aren't recovering. you're burning out. We need to shift to parasympathetic mode. We need to pull the brake. To do this, we need to do the opposite of what we just did. We need to slow down the exhale and build up CO. The best tool for this is box breathing, used by Navy SEALs, or cadence breathing. Protocol of 4-6 breathing is one of my favorites. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6 seconds. Why longer on the exhale? Because the inhale is linked to the sympathetic nervous system. Heart speeds up. The exhale is linked to the parasympathetic nervous system. Heart slows down. By extending the exhale, we are spending more time on the brake pedal than the gas pedal. Let's try it. Shift your posture, relax your shoulders, close your mouth. Nasal only. Ready? Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, during the exhale, make it silent. No force, just letting the air slowly fall out. Do you feel that drop, that heaviness in your shoulders? That's your cortisol dropping. That's your vagus nerve turning on. It takes about 90 seconds of this to chemically shift your bloodstream. As I mentioned, use this between sets at the gym to lower heart rate faster. In a car after work, to leave the stress at work before you actually start to drive, and right before bed. So one of the things I hear objections to all the time is, Shay, I can't breathe through my nose. It's stuffed up. I have allergies. I have a deviated septum. I'm going to show you some magic. I'm going to show you how to unblock a stuffy nose in 60 seconds using nothing but breath hold, the science about it. When you hold your breath, nitric oxide, NO, builds up in the nasal cavity. Nitric oxide is a potent vasodilator. It pops open airways. Simultaneously, the CO2 builds up, which tells your body, open the airways, we need air. So here's a little drill. Exhale normally through your nose, or mouth if you have to. Pinch your nose tight, mouth closed. Bob your head up and down, or walk around. Hold it until you feel a strong air hunger. Don't pass out, but push it. Let go and breathe through your nose only. It sounds crazy, but if you have a stuffy nose right now, try it. Exhale, pinch, bob the head, wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it. Wait. Now let go and breathe gently through the nose. 90% of you just felt your sinuses pop open. You don't need Afrin. You don't need a strip. You need chemistry. Use this whenever you feel blocked up. Never accept I can't breathe through my nose as an excuse. Obviously, there are structural reasons that you may not be able to breathe in your nose. There may be some underlying medical conditions, which I always recommend that you reach out to your physician or a professional to ask about doing any breath holds or any kind of breathing exercises that's new to you, because we just want to avoid anything that may occur. So how do we apply this during the day? I don't want you to just know this. I want you to live it. Here's the Breathe to Thrive daily protocol. In the morning, don't hit snooze. Sit up and do 3 rounds of upper regulation. Get the adrenaline going naturally. During the day, the commute, the desk, focus on identifying or being aware of your mouth being open. Close it. Try to focus on nasal breathing only. If you feel stress rising, hit the physiological sigh that we learned in episode 2. In the evening, I recommend doing box breathing or cadence breathing, the 4-6 count, to signal to your body that the war is over. Whatever stressors you had during the day or in the past, you can deal with them tomorrow. You got to get ready for your moment of relaxation. If you do these 3 things, you're no longer a passenger in your own body. You're the driver. You now have the gears. You know how to ramp up. You know how to calm down. But there's one piece left. What happens when you are in the middle of the chaos? When you can't stop to do a breathing drill? What happens when the pressure is sustained for weeks or months? That requires resilience. That requires a specific mental framework to tolerate discomfort. In the next episode, episode 5, we're going to talk about the mindset. We're going to train your brain to become comfortable in the chaos. We're going to take everything we've learned and apply it to the psychological game of winning. Thank you for listening. Please consider to subscribe to the channel and the podcast. Please share the podcast with friends and family and other athletes out there who need to improve their stress response and performance breathing. I'm Shay Patel. Don't forget to shift your gears, own your breath, and I'll see you next time on The Stress Advantage. Before we go, a quick reminder. The content of this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute medical advice. I'm a performance coach, not a doctor. The breathing techniques and stress protocols we discuss, including the breathe to tired method, can be powerful, but they also impact your physiology. Always consult your physician before starting any new breathing or exercise program.